So I got a new OptiPlex. This one's a GX1, and it's a desktop form factor. But this one actually works. I think this belonged to some sort of business, or at least a place that required a network. It could have been a school. I'm thinking it had more of a server duty though, because it has one of these tape drives, which I don't have a tape to test it with, but I can still safely say most of the system works, unlike the last one. If I go ahead and boot it up, starting Windows, I put Windows 2000 on this because one of the drives was dead and I had to throw another one in it. I found out that the other one still somehow works. The Mac store that was in it, I posted a video on that, and it clearly was not working, but there is an IBM Desk Star in this machine, and it is somehow still working, to my amazement. I threw Windows 2000 on it because I have plenty of Windows 98 PCs, that's for sure. And I think that this probably saw server duties. Not only does it have a tape backup, there's our nice startup, but not only does it have a tape backup, but it also has built-in Ethernet on the board. For 1998, that's pretty good. I'm assuming this definitely came out in 1999 because there's a Pentium 3 sticker, but these systems would go back to 1998 because there's a slot 1 Pentium 3 in here. And for some reason we're getting errors for an S3 card even though I have a TNT 2 installed. So some issues going on with the drivers, but that's okay. No surprise here, the CD-ROM does not open. If you were to stick a paper clip in there, it definitely works because I was able to install 2000 with this. The floppy drive, it works too. I thought that either this tape drive or the floppy drive was making a weird noise, but like I said, we could hear it on the last video that was that Mac store making that horrible noise. In fact, I got it right here. A Mac store something or another. I got a bunch of these. But yeah, there's I have a demo one of my friends sent me. He wanted me to test it out on this computer. Hello. Oh, yay. Yay. I don't think it likes this. It states that the very minimum requirements are a TNT2, but it also states that it would like a GeForce, which this is not only the slowest, well, not the slowest, one of the slowest TNT2s available of its line. It's an M64, which is bad enough as it is, but it's also a PCI TNT2 M64, so it's really bad. On board, this has ATI Rage Pro Turbo with an upgraded 8 megabytes. My OptiPlex GX1 over here has only got 2 megabytes, at least from what I remember. I don't also recall anything working on it, so maybe it had more. Maybe it had 4 or something. Yeah, this isn't working too well. I mean, let me go ahead and turn this off so you can see that better. I mean, it's surprisingly good for a TNT2 M64, but it's still not exactly playable. Yeah, I just kind of threw that on there. Wanted to see if it would work. And here we got Half-Life, which I'm not sure if this is going to work at all. I've had very mixed luck running it on TNT2s because usually the regular ones will do it just fine. I got a TNT1 that runs it pretty good as well, around 40 something frames per second, but this is, like I said, not a very good one. Not only is it an M64, not only is it PCI, but it's also one that Dell shipped with, so it's just not that good, man. Not that good. I know, I actually got a game already loaded here. Yeah. If only I had a capture card, but I don't. Hello, Gordon Freeman. I don't play much games anymore, but if I'm gonna find any use for this, it's gonna be with old games, I'm sure. And thankfully, with Half-Life, you can play.
It's good to see you.
Shut up. At least with Half-Life 1, you can play with your arrow keys. So, well, I'm not normally gonna do that, but at least I can do that for the sake of demonstration here. And oh wow, that is a big dip. And it's trying to load. But yeah, you get the idea. It runs okay. It's not the most ideal Windows 98 gaming PC. Well, it's not even 98, it's 2000, so maybe that has something to do with it. I don't know. I'm sure it would really like to have a GeForce at the least for something like this. But this is also, I haven't even gone over the specs on this yet. Wow. My last OptiPlex has a Pentium 2 processor in it. This one has a Pentium 3. They're about close in terms of clock speed though. This one's at 450 megahertz. The other one down here is at 333 megahertz. And I did, now that I'm pretty much done looking at that one, let me go ahead and turn on my freaking light here. I did actually manage to find a button for this front panel. I had to score an entirely new front panel, but at least I don't have to tear down an entire case for one. So this is also an OptiPlex GX1. I didn't need one, I could have just taken one off of a GX1 or something. But this one's got the stickers on it. This says for Windows NT or Windows 95, which is cool. It's got the Pentium 2 sticker on it as well, which is also really cool. Because mine doesn't have that. But unfortunately, it's kind of coming off there. I don't think it's going to focus. Yeah, well. Anyways, you just take it from me, it's coming off. One of these days I will get this to work, but for now I think this one is just fine. It's good, it'll work. And that is one that I'm working on right now. That is a Pentium 3 600. But it has nothing to do with this video. I want to show you my new computers that I've got. Here's another one. If I could get it out of there. Yeah, I got quite a lot here. And this is just in this general area. I've got way more. Oh my lord. Oh, okay. So you can get a view from both sides. Nice. Not much to see there. It's more on the other side. At least you can see this is a pretty neat little thing up here for the very little that I paid for this computer. That alone was worth it. And it's got a very yellowed MSI emblem at the bottom. That alone should also tell you this is a Pentium 4 or Athlon XP or newer system, because it's got the front panel stuff. Usually they don't have that on older systems, or they actually, no, they never do. But yeah, here we got a socket 478 Pentium 4 again. I just love to torture myself with these things. But it's actually got an AGP slot, which is something I've never shown on this channel, even though I've gotten a couple boards with them. I just don't use them. I don't know why I keep limiting myself to PCI. There's a modem in there, I think, too. I've never cleaned this. Has no drive. That power supply looks very sketchy. It says it's 350 watts, but I would not trust it with that. There's the label. You can look at that and yeah, very high on the 5-volt rail, as it usually is with these old power supplies. But well, that's what I got going here. And let me see, what kind of a sticker is that? Oh, we got a Windows 2000 sticker. That's cool. Usually I get Windows XP Home stickers on Beige-box, no-name cases like this. I mostly took this just for that CD player. Here's something interesting though. I got a Macintosh. Yeah, I gotta take the battery out of that before it explodes, but that'll be on a separate video. Yeah, it's a Macintosh SE. Seems to work. Again, I'll show that in the next video that I make. But yep, this is what I got going on right now. There's quite a few of these things. Send help on my way, please. Thank you. Till next time, I suppose. This thing really does not like to focus, does it?